In this video, we are going to learn about the adverbs. What do adverbs do in the sentence? And where we can use them? What are the kinds of adverbs? And how will we change an adverb, an adjective into an adverb? So watch it till the end of that. First of all, what are adverbs? Adverbs are all the describing words. I've already written here. Adverbs are all describing words. Now I just confused. Adjectives are also describing words. But what is the difference between an adjective and an adverb is that adjective describes or modifies noun or pronoun, whereas the adverbs describes or modify a verb in adjective or another adverb in a sentence. Now, first of all, just moving to the information, whatever I have written here for you. Adverbs are describing words. What they describe? They describe verb. Because just see, adverb, इसमें ही verb छुपा है ना? तो adverbs क्या करते हैं? They add meaning to the verbs. Verbs की meaning में कुछ और add करते हैं. ठीक है? अब now, then they add information to something else in your sentence. Adverbs also add some information in a sentence. Okay, we just come to know about some more extent also. Now, adverbs describes verbs. Verbs को describe करते हैं adverbs. He speaks very loudly. Now, what's the verb? Verbs are all the action words. जिस भी word में कोई action हो रहा है, coming, going, singing, sleeping, slept, ये सारे verbs हैं. ठीक है? Action words. So, he speaks very loudly. Now, speaks is the verb here, and how he speaks? Loudly. It modified this verb, na? So it's an adverb. So, does everyone drives that fast here? क्या हर कोई इतना ही fast गाड़ी चलाता है? Does everyone drive? Now, what's the verb in this sentence? Pause the video, say. Drive. Yes. Drive is the verb. Driving. Does everyone drive that fast? How he drives? Fast. I think he sounds better than them. I think he sounds better than. Now I think you all have understood that you have to just memorize, just learn that adverbs are the word that modify a verb, an adjective or sometimes an adverb in a sentence. And adverbs adds more to the meaning of in a sentence. Okay. Now, what are the kinds of adjective? Types of adjectives. They may be adverbs of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverbs of frequency and degree. Now, we come to adverbs of manner describes us how anyone does a verb. Adverbs of manner. So, adverbs of manner describes us how. Whenever we question any verb, that how, then whatever the answer we gain is the adverb of manner. Similarly, he speaks very loudly. She dances. How she dances? She dances gracefully. So gracefully is an adverb. So whenever he walks slowly. Now most of the adverbs end with the li, but it's not the same for every adverb. Now, adverb of time tell us when. He wakes up early. He often he drives at 8 p.m. These kind of sentences. Wherever we have get the answer in the time. Evening, morning, 5 o'clock, whatever it is. So, adverbs of place describes us where. Where any verb happens, where any action happens. She's playing in the garden. So, garden, in the garden. She's playing in the garden. Adverbs of frequency. Now, it's a new thing for you children, I think, of standard 5. Adverbs of frequency tell us how often, and there are some specific words that denote the adverbs of frequency, and they are always, often, sometimes, never, rarely, seldom, always. These are the words that describes us the frequency. If we can say that he always comes late to school. She never speaks more. He seldom go for the market. These are the words that shows us how much, how often, कितनी बार होती है कोई चीज, ये बताने वाले words होते हैं adverbs of frequency. So adverbs of frequency tell us how often. Adverbs of degree tell us the extent of an action. If I say, I am extremely pleased to see you, so delighted to have you here. So extremely are the word that shows us the extent. So in this way they can describe an adverb also. Okay, sometimes adverbs modify adverbs. Adverbs modify verb, adverbs modify adjectives, and adverbs modify verbs also. So, do you want to learn more about them? So let's go for it. We just learn it in detail with my notes. Now learn some more adverbs. First we will see the category of where. So where, these are the adverbs that tell us about the place. Adverbs of place. They may be towards, there, inside, here, back, far, above, abroad, behind, away, outside, downstairs, nearby, indoor, in, out, elsewhere, anywhere, or the name of the place also. Next we have how much. These are all the adverbs of degree. Fully, almost, rather, extremely, entirely, too, fairly, enormously, very, just, barely, enough, deeply, completely. Now, most of them have ly na, at the end. Now, the adverbs of manner, that tells us how. Secretly, he had run secretly. Fast, well, quickly, easily, slowly, lovely, accidentally, weakly, emotionally, badly, carefully, closely, quietly, specifically, carefully, strongly, beautifully, worriedly, wishfully, grimly, eagerly. Next we have how often. These are all the words that denote the adverbs of frequency, and they may be never, sometimes, often, usually, generally, occasionally, seldom, rarely, normally, frequently, hardly, ever, always. Remember, we have to just use simple present tense when we have the adverbs of frequency given to us. Next we have when. They are just denotes that what kind of adverb. It would be adverb of time. Last year, last month, today, tomorrow, last week, later, soon, now, yesterday, tonight, already, then. Now these are the adverbs that denotes that how these are the adverbs. This is a list of the adverbs. Now, okay, now we are going to learn that how would we make an adjective into an adverb. Simply just by adding ly. But now let's see a table for children. Sometimes we have to change some of the adjectives and we have to change them into the adverbs. So how would we do that? We just add ly, but there are some specific rules for that, and here we have the rule. Just look at that first line. Ending in ic, those adjectives are the describing word that describe noun na? An adverb describes verb and another adverb and the adjectives. So whenever we have the adjectives that end in ic, then what we should do, we just double that. L should be doubled, and then when the adjective ends in ic, the syllable al is usually added before the ly ending. So drastic, drastically, frantic, frantically, specific, specifically, dramatic, dramatically, scientific, scientifically, enthusiastic, enthusiastically. So L should be doubled and Y at the end. And second one, ending in LE. जो adjectives LE से end होते हैं, simple, we just add, remove E and just add L and Y. Simple, simply. We just remove E na. So preferable, preferably.
E should be removed. Gentle, gently, reasonable, reasonably, terrible, terribly, ending in LE. Next, LE से जो end होते हैं कुछ अलग भी हैं इसमें. Eagle, eagerly. When the adjective ends in LE preceded by a vowel, we simply add LY to the adjective. And the whole is exception. Wholly, ending in double L. Dull, dully, full, fully, shrill, shrilly. When the adjective ends in double L, we just only Y is added to that. Now, ending in UE. The adjective that end in UE, what should we do? We omit the final E and just add LE. मतलब E जहाँ भी आ रहा है ना लास्ट में वो तो रिमूव होना ही है सब में. ठीक है, सिर्फ एगल और सोली इनमें नहीं होता है क्योंकि इनमें ओके. एडवर्ब्स ऑफ लव. विदाउट वेस्टिंग योर मच टाइम I'll just close that video. Okay, and I hope you had learned more about the adverbs, and I'll just want you to just share and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day, kids. We have a question that what is the difference between an adjective and an adverb? Because they both are describing words. Similarity is that they both describe other words. दोनों describe करते हैं दूसरे words की विशेषता बताते हैं. So, adjectives describe noun. Remember that adjectives always describe a noun. For example, are you a good cook? He has a loud voice. The internet is here so slow. Now, slow here describe the internet, this noun. Now, loud here describe him, his voice. Now, good here describe him also, subject. So, adjectives describes a subject in a sentence. Okay, and but or adverbs describe everything else in a sentence like verbs, adjectives and adverbs. तो adjectives तो सिर्फ noun या कर्ता subject को describe करते हैं और adverbs जो है दूसरी सारी चीज़ों को describe करते हैं. वो verb को भी describe करते हैं, adjectives को भी और adverbs को भी describe करते हैं. So let's take a test of yours. एक टेस्ट लेते हैं. Only 4 sentences are there. You have to just find out the underlined words are adverb or adjectives. So I found the test really hard. It's unlikely that we will be there. बहुत कम chances है हम वहाँ there. I worked really hard preparing for exam. He hardly studied at all but got a high score. Just pause the video and find out that the underlined words are the adjectives or the adverbs. Pause the video and find out. Now let me tell you that the adjectives in the underlined words in the first or second sentence are adjectives. Why? हमने तो अभी तक यही पढ़ा था कि ly से end होने वाले adverbs होते हैं. लेकिन in these sentences we have hard and unlikely are adjectives. Why? Because it describes the test, the subject. Okay. Next we have I worked really hard preparing for exam. He hardly studied at all but got high score. Now in the third and fourth sentence they both are adverbs. Adverbs. Okay, and these first two are adjectives. How? Listen, there are 2 things you have to just note it down, that the form of the word doesn't tell you that if it is an adverb or an adjective. Unlikely in the second sentence end with ly, but it's an adjective. And hard in the third sentence, this is an adverb, although it doesn't end with ly. So remember, the thing is there, we never we don't depend on our memory that ly's are always adverbs. You have to just look Now what you have to do, remember that don't look at the form of the verb. Just see what it describes in a sentence. If it describes a noun, then it's an adjective, and it describes some other thing, then it's an adverb. So, does it describe noun? You have to just find out with the words given to you that does it describe noun? Then it's an adjective. Does it describe another thing in a sentence like verb, adverb and other things? So it's an adverb. तो अगर हमें जो वर्ड्स दिए हैं हमें पता करना है वो एडजेक्टिव है या एडवर्ब, तो हमें देखना होगा कि वो वर्ड किसको डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है. पहले जो 2 सेंटेंसेस थे इनमें ये सब्जेक्ट को डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है, ठीक है, या नाउन को डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है, सब्जेक्ट को डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं, इसलिए ये एडजेक्टिव्स हैं. और नीचे वाले दोनों सेंटेंस में वो जो हैं वर्ब्स को डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं ना. स्टडीड हार्डली, नाउ रियली हार्ड, वर्कड रियली हार्ड. So these are the adverbs. So remember, you have to just find out that what the thing describes in a sentence, then it would be adjective or adverb. So have a nice day children, and hope you would understand about the adverbs, and like and subscribe the channel.